Greetings, church family. Grace and peace to all of you, and thank you for joining us once again for our midweek message. As always, I like to invite you cordially to come to the sanctuary at 11 a.m. at North Hills Community Baptist Church. However, if you are not able to be present with us physically, you can always join us online in our YouTube page at the same time, 11 a.m. North Hills Community Baptist Church. That's what you should always research in our YouTube. First of all, besides the obvious invitation for all of you to come, I wanted to thank everyone who participated this past Sunday at the Friendsgiving event that we had after church. It was a good turnout where all of us sat together, our friends, family, grandparents, children, etc., all sat together at the table. Of course, there was a Steelers game that same Sunday, and I understand that they won. I am not a football fan, but that's okay. Steelers won. Ravens lost. Haha. So that's good. Or not, depending on your preference. But I didn't want to come and talk to you all about Steelers and all that stuff. I actually wanted to come and talk to you about the significance of coming together at the table as we sat all together. Coming together at the table obviously has a very profound significance. It is an intimate time where we all come together as family, as friends, where not only do we talk about our issues or problems, but we also share our joys, our concerns, and what's going on in our lives. And speaking about that, speaking of tables and all of us gathering together, the Pittsburgh Theological event actually had another festival or a feast, I would call it, called Love Anyways. And some of our members of North Hills Community Baptist were present there. And it was really interesting because this initiative is actually sponsored by a non-profit organization called Common Ground USA. And the event in itself was also hosted by Christian Associates of Southwest Pennsylvania. That's another wonderful organization that if you are clergy or if you're also a layperson, it's good to get plugged in. Yeah, the idea about this Love Fest initiative is to highlight the power of community. Also, in times of a lot of division in this country, this is a good way and an alternative to move from us versus them politics. And this event offered an opportunity for all people of all ethnicities and also from different religions. We had people that were Jewish. We also had people, of course, like myself, Christian, and also we had Muslims coming together, and also people who think differently than perhaps you and I together. And we also shared a meal again at the table. And I was reading a meditation written by Lisa Scheffler about the deep meaning of the table, and it said that the table has always been a place of presence, where God is present with his people and his people are present with one another. It is also a place of peace where there's harmony, love, goodwill, and reconciliation between those who gather around it. And because God is so generous, it's a place of abundant provision where everyone is full and satisfied. Of course, when we look also at Christ's ministry, his preaching did not always occur at the synagogues. A lot of the times when Christ spoke about forgiveness, where Christ actually scolded people who were against those who were outcast, he always did them in places like at a meal at the table. We think the example of Zacchaeus, that the crowd shunned Zacchaeus because he was a tax collector, and Jesus said, Zacchaeus, I want to come over to your house and invite you to come and sit together at the table. We also see the example of the woman who kissed Jesus' feet. Again, where does this take place? At a meal, at a table. And Jesus speaks about forgiveness. He also established the first communion with his disciples. Again, it wasn't somewhere like a temple or a synagogue, but it was, again, at the table, sitting with his friends. It is also significant that the image of the end times, where a new vision of a new world, where all of us will be coming together, where there is no war, where there's no cry, where there's no sorrow, it all comes together again at a great banquet, an image of a feast where all of us can come together. But unfortunately, our pride, our selfishness, and arrogance gets in the way. However, Christ has never given up on us, and he always encourages us to put away those desires that hurt him, hurt us, and we hurt our neighbor. And he asks us to reflect on the true gospel of coming together, where kindness, compassion, kindness, caring, all comes in. So today I want to encourage you as a person of faith to see the table as a place where all of us can find connection and belonging, and to invite others to join you just the same way Jesus invites all of us. So we hope to see you again. God bless.